Scott Graham. I'm the Head of Procurement for the BlueFloat projects in the UK, and I currently overseeing all the procurement activities for the BlueFloat projects across the portfolio that we have in the UK. I have approximately 15 years of experience in renewable energy, both onshore wind and offshore wind. I'm a chartered quantity surveyor, and before my involvement in the renewables sector, I worked in the construction industry for a leading UK contractor. And in 2008, I decided to change sector and become involved in the renewable industry, starting with onshore wind, and then after a few years left onshore wind to focus on offshore wind projects. Having joined BlueFloat recently, I have come in to lead the procurement activities of BlueFloat across all its projects in the UK, and this involves setting up processes and procedures which will apply to all the projects in the portfolio, and also make sure that BlueFloat is a company of choice for our supply chain to work with. The bottlenecks are everywhere from all parts of the supply chain. These are passed to us by governments with pressure from society to make sure that energy is renewable and sustainable. And this in turn creates pressure on the supply chain from turbine manufacturers who are developing ever larger turbines, and that also means that installation vessels have to become bigger to install these turbines, and ports and harbours then also have to be able to berth the vessels. It's important for us to leverage the portfolio of projects that BlueFloat have, rather than offer to the supply chain one project at a time, and this will attract the attention of the suppliers, in particular the turbine manufacturers, where they can receive an order for a sizable number of turbines. It will be essential for us to become a preferred client of turbine manufacturers, especially in the scenario where the technology of turbines is evolving, and what is going to be currently built on offshore wind will not necessarily what we'll be building in a couple of years' time due to the advancement in the technology. Long-term trusting relationships with the supply chain, and in particular turbine manufacturers, will be essential for us to work and succeed in the market. BlueFloat can use its position in the market as a smaller developer to remain agile in the space, and through the CFD is demonstrate that we can not just deliver value for money, but also the non-commercial aspects such as training, local supply, skills and education.